What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight... Alright, we're coming back to Soundgarden. Yes, indeed, Soundgarden Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to do all the clicks and the likes and the bibbity boobity bob, do me a favor. Before you do all those things, make sure you watch the whole video first, okay? Please give me a chance to earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This is a request from 665Don667 and Mac Graal. Is that right? Mac G-R-A-A-L. Mac Graal. We'll go with that. They both want to see me react to the song by Soundgarden called Mood for Trouble. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Sub Pop, okay? And the video has 41,821 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Soundgarden, Mood for Trouble. There we go. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
This is a good place to pause this any. The pulse, the drive on this song, the tempo. I'm digging that, man. I'm digging the feel of the song. Absolutely. It's got a great chugging feeling. Very simple song from what I've heard so far. As from a chordal structure standpoint, from a melodic line standpoint, nothing all that crazy or complex, very easy to follow along, and it feels good. I mean, what more can you ask for, really? On top of that, the mix on this is really nice. I hear everything coming through really nicely. I hear a very clear distinction between the guitars. I can hear the bass in the mix, which sounds good. Vocals are mixed in with everything, and they are the front of the mix. They are definitely in the front of the mix, but not so far forward that it's burying everything else and shoving everything else to the back. So the mix on this is really nice. I'm digging that. But what's really getting me on this more than anything else is the feel, the drive, the energy of the song. I am feeling this song. I am absolutely feeling it. Let's keep going here. Halftime feel. Nice bass work. And they go back into halftime now. Okay. I just gotta say, the bass work in that slow section, that halftime feel, wow. I mean, a lot of what he was doing was simple. A lot of what he was doing was L pattern bass. So it was like 4-5 to 8 or 8-7-5, 8-7-5. It's all based on the L patterns. And if you're a bass player, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not a bass player, I'll try to explain it. Let me grab the bass. Here we go. I'll give you an example. So what I mean by L patterns is you'll make an L within the bass, right? So you'll do like, let's say we're in E. Okay. So you'll do like an A to a B to an E. So you make an L. 1, 2. So you go here and then you go up to the next string. Ba 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 ba. So you make that L. 1, 2, and then the little leg for the L, right? So if I hold it like this, you'll see what I'm talking about. Like that. That's what I mean by an L pattern. Or you can do it the other way too. You can go down with it. You can make an L like that too. So like that. So you're making L patterns. So that's a lot of what he was doing, was a lot of L patterns. And he was also doing, like, you know, going up to thirds, you know, from the octave, he would go up to the 2, well, from the octave to the 9 to the 10, you know, and make it a major third, you know, and then he would slide up to the 5th after that and back down again. He was doing a lot of great melodic stuff, but most of what he was doing was based around those L patterns. Still sounded good though. It got the job done. If he had gotten any more complex and any fancier with his bass playing, I think it might have become a distraction, if I'm being honest. There were a couple of times when he started doing more of the melodic and got away from the L patterns, he started doing more melodic things. I was like, it's getting a little out there. But he never crossed the line. He never took that step off the cliff and plummeted. He walked up to the edge of the canyon, looked down, Roadrunner style, and then he backed away, you know? So, I mean, it sounded good. Everything he did sounded good. I have no complaints about anything he did. If he had done more, we may have had a problem. That's all. But the bass player did a fantastic job on this. I dug what he was doing in that slow section. kind of gave him a chance to show off, which was nice. I don't think bass players get enough spotlight in general, so it was nice to see him get the spotlight a little bit there. Very, very cool. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Here he goes again. There's no pattern right there. L pattern. L pattern again. Descending line. The L pattern above the root, okay. Octave 5, octave 5, octave 5. Yep. Yeah, right there. That's a great example. I liked what he did there more than he did in the first one. He kept it even simpler, and I personally think it sounded better. Also moving up to those thirds and those sixes and stuff like that. He kept it. He stayed right around that L pattern that time for the most part. So yeah, that was cool. That was really well done. Let me think about it. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Soundgarden with Mood for Trouble. This was a request from 665 Dawn 667 and Mac, I hope I pronounced this right, Mac Grawl. 2 A's. Do what you can with that. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give that an 8.2. Yep, 8.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
There really is not a whole lot to talk about with this song. Guitar sounded great. Don't get me wrong, the guitar sounded really good, okay? I can appreciate everything the guitar players did in this. Whether we were in the fast section or in the slow or in the halftime section, it didn't matter. The guitarists were doing exactly what they needed to do. And exactly what they were called upon to do, and they executed it very well. No complaints about the guitars whatsoever. The drumming on this, rock solid. It really kind of helped dictate what was happening within the song. The drummer was absolutely responsible for dictating straight time, halftime, straight time, halftime. That was all the drummer's call, and he did a fantastic job of that. Transitioning.
What?
Transitioning very smoothly from the straight time to the halftime, back to the straight time, back to the halftime again. Very smooth transitions on his part too. And it didn't matter where we were, fast or slow, he kept a very steady pace, very steady tempo, and he was locked in really well with the song, and I appreciate that. Chris Cornell's vocals on this, if I'm being honest here, they were probably the weakest part of the song, if I'm being honest, in my opinion. Now, that is not a slight against him. I'm looking at this song as its own entity, okay? I'm looking at the song not completely, but within this one song, okay? Compared to other Soundgarden songs, okay? Let's compare this song to other Soundgarden songs. This song on its own, from a purely vocal standpoint, can we honestly say that this stands up to other songs that Soundgarden have done? I don't think so. I've heard far more impressive vocal performances from Chris Cornell on Soundgarden songs than this one. This was pretty simple by other song standards, okay? So just thinking about this song alone, looking at what he did vocally, I wasn't terribly impressed. Not terribly. Now, what he did sounded good. Don't get me wrong. It sounded fine. It fit the context of the song, but I would not by any stretch say that he carried this song. Not by any stretch. Believe it or not, what carried this song, and the reason I'm really digging on this song more than any other reason, the bass playing. The bass playing on this song, in particular, on those halftime spots, those 2 halftime places where we went into the slower tempo or the slower feeling tempo. We didn't actually slow down, we just went into halftime. Those were nice. nice, really nice. I dug the bass playing on this. Now, did he keep it simple? For the most part, yes. Like I showed you guys, he was keeping pretty much around to that L pattern pretty much the whole time. Either be 4-5-8 or 8-7-5. It's irrelevant. It doesn't really matter. It's an L pattern either way. But it worked. It absolutely worked. It fit the mood and feel and tone of the song like a glove, and I am so glad to see the bass player being featured like he was being featured. Now, there were a couple times where he got away from the L pattern and he went up melodically to like the third, or he went up from the root from the octave, so the 8 to the 9 to the 10, right? I mean, it still sounded good, don't get me wrong, and then he would slide to the 5th. You know, he started to get a little too active, if you ask me. But he never crossed the line. He never fell off the cliff. He like I said, he walked it to the ledge, looked over the edge, and turned around and walked away, a la Roadrunner. You know, it was he never stepped too far though into the realm of fancy, and he still kept it for the most part pretty simple, and it was easy to relate to, easy to follow, sounded really good, super effective. The feel on this song felt good, the groove of the song felt good. I dug the song. I think this is one of the better songs that Soundgarden have written. Is it my favorite? No, it's not my favorite. I would never be that bold to say this is my favorite when I've given other songs far higher scores, and deservedly so. But I will say this is definitely one of the better Soundgarden songs I've heard. I thought it was well written, well constructed, well thought out, well mixed. The mix on this was phenomenal. I heard every single voicing clear as day. I didn't have to go searching. Nothing sounded compressed or squished. It didn't sound funneled. It sounded really nice, very pleasing to the ear. This was a great song. Okay, now mind-blowing, impressive, fantastic, amazing. No, I wouldn't go that far, but it was a great song without question. So that's why it's getting the great score of 8.2. So 8.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.